G'day guys, my name is 3Jad21 and welcome back to Danganronpa. If you remember from last time, we found out that unfortunately Chihiro, one of my favourite characters, was the second person to die, so let's just jump straight back into it. We got the Burgundy Handbook added to our truth bullets. Okay then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite? There's something else here then. Maybe I should talk to Byakuya. What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then you really think... You truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right? There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking... He's using the exact same line. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be a demented psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. Excuse me? What do you mean by that?
Don't make me.
And I have a basis to believe that, I assure you. Genocide Jack is one of us. Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence. Did something like that really... Ah, hey, you two! I had a feeling it was Asahina. Big trouble! Need your help!
I don't have time to play with you.
We're busy. Leave us alone.
I mean...
But it's an emergency! Emergency! Did someone die again? Come on, please, you've gotta help me!
Please!
This is a serious emergency! Please, please, you've gotta help me! Just calm down, okay, Hina?
I mean...
But it's an emergency! An emergency? What happened?
Well...
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. She already was. I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Say this, Toko. I must admit I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Okay. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure you'd just say no, then that'd be the end of it.
Yeah!
Okay, come on, hurry! Is Toko Genocide Jack? Wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
Looks like she headed to the dorm. To Toko's room, most likely. You're right. Okay. Toko. Is Toko inside? Some kind of emergency. I'll have to talk to Byakuya.
Such ignorance.
You're talking to the wrong person, you waste of space. Oh, is Hina behind me? Okay. You guys are too slow! I think you're just too fast. So what's this emergency? Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in a room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know, see how she was doing, but when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out, she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. Good idea. Sorry, that was really bad. I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open, slowly and silently. Ooh, shit. Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
She's back to a stutter. Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
I knew it. And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago... I'll drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. Is she gonna kill herself? It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door? Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
But...
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Byakuya. Hey, Byakuya, you think you could ask her? To come out of her room, I mean.
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. Huh? You gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments...
What do you want?
Leave me alone! You're all so annoying! Bacula!
It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. What is this promise? I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on! Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
No, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! I hurried to catch up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go in. Interesting. Oops, I didn't mean to investigate the bookshelf. There's no point in checking there. Oh, but I got a coin at least. That was worth it. Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Okay. Loretta? Oh, shit! The laptop's missing. Why is the laptop missing? Is it in here? If I remember, on the other side of this door, it's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
It all makes sense once you're inside. Oh, shit. Whoa, there's so many books and files. And so much dust, too.
So, in other words...
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. Okay. What do I even look at first? There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although, judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was using the library. An extension cord, huh? What for? This shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh?
That's right.
What is this Phoenix Wright-like pose you're making? That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. Oh, is that the report on JFK? It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking it. Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf. Okay then. There's so many files stuffed on the shelf. What's in all these things?
That's enough.
These documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for all. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power, the secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. There's a ton of thick files stuffed into the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person would never want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to see. Oh? Yikes. No, for fuck's sake. Okay, I guess we're talking to Byakuya. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover that value for yourself. Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in this library is because of this room right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guy's problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that, it's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but, I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it just goes to show just how much Host Peak truly wields. Or perhaps, the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use, I can't keep up with all this, it's just too unreal. What's wrong, you still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible. What do you mean, usually? Usual? Normal? Ordinary? Simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. You don't understand what they actually represent. You don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there's no doubt. Hold on a second, you're saying you've read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why... My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So, in other words...
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. If my family is a member of that council, what the fuck? And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. Okay then. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. What if he is the mastermind? And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack case has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So, in other words...
The culprit isn't a copycat killer, it's the real Genocide Jack.
In other words...
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer, really is walking around among us?
Interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? Oh, excuse me. I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. When he said if you get down on your knees and beg, it just made me thought of this one line from Kingdom Hearts 2. You guys probably wouldn't know it, obviously, but it's weird. And in a way, he kind of reminds me of Cypher, because Cypher is a dickhead. Not as big of a dickhead as Byakuya, but still. Byakuya, about that Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Byakuya handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. Oh, fuck. Victim, Ken Harada, office worker, 32. The murder took place in the parking lot of the victim's apartment complex. The victim suffered multiple stab wounds across his body, believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors that were later used to attach the victim to the wall. As with the other cases, at the scene of the crime, the word blood loss was written in the victim's blood. The scissors used in the murder were apparently custom made, with every pair left at each murder scene, seeming to be of the same material as construction? Is that what it says? The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. One of the victims was 17? Jesus! Kamatsuna Taro, Takafumi Gono, Uchida no Hisa, Takeshi Masamune, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page? Don't tell me it's Chihiro. Profiling results? All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Jesus Christ. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. They were nervous, so it has to be that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder. It's Kyoko. It's not Kyoko,
So, in
Toto.
other words,
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality? Like the kind of thing you see on TV? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know, I feel like my mind has gone numb.
let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Wait! Byakuya! As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
I don't have time to play
Come
with
on,
you.
enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Bye.
Goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like it was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack. He's the one that killed Chihiro, or, more accurately, Shade. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Okay. This investigation is turning out to be a little bit longer than the first one, so I will make this its own separate episode from the trial. That's what I've decided. Hey, Fumi.
Da-da-da-da-da!
Ding ding ding! Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if...
Another stat increase for me. Evidence? What did you find? I can't reveal that just yet, but I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yeah, Miss Ludenberg said she witnessed something worthwhile too. Really? What did she see?
Well,
She refused to tell me.
would
It's like when a
seem-
girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right? No. Okay, so where's Celeste now? The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time not there. What the fuck do you mean? Oh god. I hate looking at that.
Damn.
Chihiro's presence here was especially weak. Her body and her soul.
No forgiveness!
To target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this. Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress in your investigation?
Indeed.
Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time. Thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts. Shit. Okay. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about. Dude had a real... Oh, okay, we've read this before. Okay. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? This rope has a plug? Oh shit. Yep, okay. Interesting. Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was the blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. No scissors were used. What does this all mean? Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of things I need to do in this case. Oh, okay. What's that? It's a bloodstained poster. The blood is the most noteworthy part, but the big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. How did you not point that out until now? A girl's locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. Oh no. Oh god, no. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh fucking hell. It was a dude. Wasn't it? It's gone. It's been replaced. Huh? This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. Oh, but wait, that reminds me. The poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band, and the girls' locker room is a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay, there's still more to look at? Oh, maybe I'm... Oh, okay, there's a bloodstain. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? I mean, to be fair, it is brown. So maybe it's not dried up blood, because in this game, blood is... Let's go to the pool, see if there's anything here. Maybe there's some kind of poo in the lockers. Guess not. Okay, well, that was a waste of time. Alright, I should ask Sakura about this. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course.
I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay, then let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker rooms could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters. I see.
However,
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee? In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. So the carpet's got swapped. But I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
Of course.
Exactly. I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain here to begin with. Yeah, the blood is in a slightly different position, so you can kind of tell that. What about Mondo? Does he go to the locker room? No, he does not. Okay. Should I investigate this again? Can only be caused by Chihiro's move. Okay. I guess we go back to the boys' locker room. So yeah, that's the coffee stain. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Oh, come on. Fucking seriously? I guess it's just gonna be a thing that gets discovered, quote unquote, in the trial. Let's go find Celeste. Where is she? Okay, Celeste is in the warehouse. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but at sea was pointless. Then you did find something. Very well, I will tell you, and only you.
Actually,
Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really?
Indeed.
This was right before nighttime.
what
What
are
do
you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Shit. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this ever would have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. Fuck you, Celeste. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying. Which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Alright, you know what that means. It is time to check the trash disposal. Or the laundry, either. It's open! This is the trash room, the dump in other words, but with the gate in the way I can actually get inside. Anyway, it's not related to the case. Okay, I guess not then, even though the incinerator's open. Maybe it's just been open since the case. First case. I really like this music, in case you couldn't tell. Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before. She won't come out and she just keeps mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimming and I was getting pretty hungry.
Yeah!
Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating?
Huh?
A donut, of course! Of course? There's two things I'm sure God created, outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well,
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us, either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Or maybe she's just nervous. Yeah, was she just shy? I don't know, she talked to the boys all the time. Oh, okay. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex?
Ah!
Oh wait, maybe she was just a guy spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. I mean, I kind of got a tomboy vibe from her, so maybe she just prefers hanging out with dudes. Like, shouldn't be so quick to judge people, man. It did say there was something to investigate in the kitchen, right? There's a bunch of vegetables all piled up. Nothing to really worry about there. Oh, it wasn't the kitchen, it was the warehouse. Okay. Never mind, I just wasted my time. Yasuhiro's in the main hall. Intriguing.
How unfortunate.
Maybe we should have confessed our embarrassing secrets after all. Damn it, I'm sorry, Chihiro. It's all because I wasn't strong enough. Aw, don't blame yourself. Can I buy something, or not? Okay, good, I can buy some stuff. I need to buy some more gifts. I'm starting to run out. I'm sorry, Chihiro, but... Oh, interesting. The more coins you use, the less likely you are to repeat. Okay, I'll do that then. Cup noodles. Nice. The heck is that? Lucky? What? Oh, I got another one. Sweet. What's this one? A baseball. Well, can't give it to the person who would want that now, can I? Ooh, a ring. Nice. What the hell is that? Boxing gloves. I think Sakura might like those. Lucky! Woohoo! And a camera. Nice. Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep this one coin because I'll probably get a repeat if I use just one coin. All right. Cool. Got a bunch of gifts. Awesome. Oh, right. I gotta go to the main hall. Forgot about that. What is Yasuhiro doing here?
Huh? Oh, hey, Makoto.
Hey, Makoto, what's up? I haven't been up to anything myself, that's for sure. Definitely haven't looked inside the mailbox. What the hell? Really? Only lending it against the rules. Nice English. Yeah, that does bother me too. Let's leave. I don't... Yasuhiro is a bit sus, but like, I don't want to suspect him. I really hope he's not the killer. I don't think it is. It's shaping up to be Toko, but... who knows. Alright, let's check out the library and archive again. Apparently I gotta do something there still. Something about going through the, box where the extension cord was. Because it's been used to tie up Chihiro, so... yeah. The wooden box is empty. The extension cord was in there before. Oh, wow, okay, cool. Okay, got a Monokuma coin for checking out the lamp again. Huh? It's gone. The Genocide Jack case file is gone. What the hell? Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one who would do something like that, I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. So what the hell did he do with it? Shit, that's not good. Where is Byakuya? Damn it. What, there's still more I need to check? The letter? Interesting. The shelf is packed high with books, but looking at it, maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. Okay. Nope, no clue. No clue. But I got a Monokuma coin, so I'll take it. No, I wanted to look at those pieces of paper, but I guess not. No, I wanted to... for God's sake. Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see. It's not plugged in. So yeah, the extension cord. The lamp cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. The last time I saw it, it was definitely on. It was definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... yeah, okay. So that's a new truth bullet. Okay. Oh, shit. Is it really time to start the case already? The trial, I mean? Holy shit. Oh, boy.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial! You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Goddamn. Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin? What was that text? That was weird. The red door is right through there. Oh boy. Ahem. So is everyone ready to... what? Am I blind or are we missing someone? Oh shit.
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. Oh, okay. Huh? And Toko is? You really don't remember?
Come on!
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How can I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time. She sure is.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. Yeah! I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Yeah! Terrible. You're terrible. Whew, so now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle up to the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So shall we get going? It's time to find who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. I certainly didn't. Oh, please stop showing that picture. I hate it. It's so uncomfortable and... that face. It's just... Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here.
Hey, come on.
Fucking Toko, man. What's got her so worked up?
Oh, very
Miss Fujisaki, I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe. So you cringe at yourself. I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails, right, bro? I'm surprised Mondo didn't reply.
Shall we go?
Well then.
I will uncover the villain and perform such heinous acts on a weaker individual. You ready? We doing this? There is something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think a mere shock is enough to explain it. No, it's not. I guess there wasn't much help at all in this one. I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With every step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good. You're raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well?
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
Thrills! Chills! Kills!
Everyone, please find your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment. Are you really gonna say this again? Oh boy. Okay, we get it, Makoto. Deadly everything. Alright. I'm gonna save, and then we're gonna start. Alright. So let's set our skills. We've got Lost in Thought, Algorithm, and is that it? Or we have Melodious Voice as well. Cool, we have 3 skills now. So what do they do? Increases the time limit for each phase, effective during the class trial. That's cool. Increases the speed of memorizing a statement, effective during the non-stop debate. Interesting. And increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed during the bullet time battle. Okay, cool. Alright. Let's go. Class trial.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
We know this already.
If you can figure out who, then I'll punish everyone. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Alright, let's go.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting.
No, I was too late!
That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
It was too slow. I forgot which button was the shoot button. Yep, okay.
Chihiro's fate, it appears it was... According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt...
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Interesting.
I missed it again!
It certainly would...
Jesus. Man. Why is this so hard to hit?
Chihiro's fate, it appears it was... According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt...
I bet it was an iron pipe.
I finally hit it, thank goodness.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell? Found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood. And there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yes!
It's so creepy!
No, it's not. She's an investigator. She has to do that.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Uh-oh. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the X button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease. Shit. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the white noise won't appear at all. In which case you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well, my difficulty got set to mean, so... yeah, that doesn't appear. Okay.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Oh, I missed! Damn it!
So, speaking of Genocide
Wait, no, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do
know who
that.
that
Yes, you do. The thing back here showing in the archive. One look at that and anyone will be convinced. Okay.
The culprit is Genocide Jack.
So let's equip the
I'm
silencer.
sure. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Gotcha!
No, it's wrong!
Nice. Okay.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No, Hifumi.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know. If I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Jesus Christ, Byakuya, you need to build it up first?
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Exactly.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. the answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Alright. Hangman's Gambit. Oh shit, what? What is it? What? I'm sorry, that is not enough hints. Something something HI something something. What? What the fuck? Excuse me? What on earth could this be? Like, am I tripping? Or is this, like, really hard? What the hell? Oh, what is this? I'm trying to think of the words that would... A word that has HI in it that could go with... Oh, what the hell is it? Alright, I've been here for the last 2 minutes, and I can't figure it out. So I'm just gonna search it up at this point. I hope I don't get spoiled, but I'm just gonna search it up real quick. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. I mean, I know this is a localization, but... What? Alright, I'm just gonna make the word, not say what it is right now. Oops, that was a mess up. It's schizo.
Now I understand.
Like, seriously? I know she has schizophrenia, but like...
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
I don't know, I think that was, like, really ridiculous in my opinion.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have... What did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality has to do with her behavior.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
That was messed up. I hated that.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
What the fuck, Toko? That's what you're concerned about?
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Yeah. That seems pretty obvious in my opinion.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation.
And this must have been Toko's deepest, darkest secret, that she is Genocide Jack. Interesting.
She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Oh, man.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Jesus Christ, way to embarrass her in front of everybody, dude.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
Shit.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Holy shit, what?
That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it, but...
This is so... Oh my god, man.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Good, you should have hated him from the beginning.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean...
It's time for Genocide Jack. Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom. But in the next second... Oh god, what the fuck?
Is it me you were hoping to see?
What the fuck? Oh, I was not expecting this! Why is her tongue so long?
What the heck?
I would hate to be Ifumi right
So
now.
you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
What happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
Oh my fucking god! Jesus!
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Man, Toko's voice actress does such a good job of... Like, I'm just wondering how she must have felt when she was reading these lines. Like, she was just like, in the studio reading the nervous lines, and then she's like, okay, so here are these new lines. Basically, we want you to be a psychopathic murderer now. But man, she plays the role well. This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds. Just kidding.
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid! And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said. I need to get some more details about all of this.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Okay, I have to just focus on the ones in Chihiro's body. That must have the answer. That should prove that what he said isn't quite right.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
Give it up. You killed her.
Okay, so I think it's the modus operandi part.
Sorry, but I didn't kill it.
You say that, but do you...
Perhaps if you had an...
Oh, an alibi.
When you compare your past, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, it doesn't.
No, it's wrong.
The scissors. There's no scissors.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Did they really just name drop Ragu and Chef Boyardee? Also, the Game Grumps are gonna have a fun time with this line because I've been watching their playthrough, while I've been doing, as I've been going through my playthrough, and they actually made Sayaka, like, Italian, and they kept saying, like, Mother's Ragu, even though that makes no sense. So I'm really looking forward to their reaction to this line. That'll be funny.
This is no creation of mine!
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos in the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
Multiple pairs.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right, the second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. curious, see a clear difference.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's 2 differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case.
They're all males. I didn't even realize
There's
that.
a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
Pattern?
Shit, I didn't even consider that.
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Excuse me? Just because she was the shortest person here doesn't mean she's a lolly. Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it?
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Ken Harada, Tetsuhiro Honda, Shoji Gaku, Kano Issei, Takeshi Yoshida, Komatsuna Taro, Takafumi Kono, Uchida Naohira, Takeshi Masamune, Yuto Umejima.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
Wait. So you kill people that you like? So you liked a 32-year-old? Ew. That's gross.
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl! And the movie side of me just hates it!
Oh, okay. Well. Ugh.
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged man madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lolly Kurt!
Lowly? Kurt?
Oh, yes! I'm so happy to see Byakuya upset in some extent because God, he needs to be put in his fucking place. And if it takes a serial killer to do that, fine by me.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
She makes an extremely good point.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class, envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Aren't there some in the girls' sets?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I think there's scissors in the girls' kits. Holy shit.
She's fully equipped. That's right. So I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you. Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
in this case, you need to consider that, buddy.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Byakuya.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like it might be.
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was...
Maybe he was the killer.
Because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now,
The moment you asked me to help you with your investigation.
the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Oh my fucking god, this is... I can't remember what this is reminding me of. I think it reminds me of a case from Phoenix Wright. Byakuya has said the victim is Chihiro, a girl. That's why I checked the girls' locker room. We didn't know who was killed until we went to the girls' locker room. Which means you knew Chihiro was dead before everybody else.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it?
You're actually a fucking idiot.
Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There is a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. Alright, what's this one? Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the triangle button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Alright. Sweet.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realize there's a clear contradiction there. Because it doesn't make sense how he could have known before we'd even found it. Alright, yep.
So, you said Byakuya, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity,
That's a natural reaction!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first.
Oh,
there was no
okay.
time for pointless
I see what I'm supposed to do now.
wish you'd taken me with
Okay,
you.
yep, I see it. Okay. So,
So, you said Byakuya, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's unnatural.
The victim was Chihiro.
So, of course, I would. There was no time. What's so strange? You wish you'd taken me with you.
Now it's still loaded.
So,
Okay, good.
you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before
What?
he found the body.
Damn it! That wasn't it!
Shoot!
Fuck. Oh, that's not good. Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's unnatural.
The victim was Chihiro.
So, of course, I would. There was no time for. What's so strange? You wish you'd taken me with you.
But those are the... so is it the other way around then?
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's unnatural. The victim
There's only
was.
two
So, of
weak
course, I would.
spots,
There
so it
was
has
no
to be
time.
the other way
What's so
around.
strange? You wish you'd taken me
Okay.
with you.
Cool.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's unnatural.
The victim was Chihiro.
No, it's wrong.
Well, the victim was Chihiro, but you get the point.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that, because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
What the fuck do you mean? Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
He's just trying to intimidate us. What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with
What's
it.
the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it.
Exactly.
We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya was responsible is hidden in there? What could it be?
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope, was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No, that's wrong.
Very wrong.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned, as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved? I think the key point here is that Chihiro was... Well, yeah, it still could be Byakuya, because he could have murdered Chihiro in the boys' locker room, swapped the stuff around because of the blood, and then made it seem like it was Genocide Jack, who he knew was a girl because of... It has to be Byakuya. There's no way it could be anybody else.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
We do.
Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still.
We need to make absolutely sure.
There's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait! What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept that what Byakuya said is the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. The extension cord Genocide Jack's presence, the scene of the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right?
That's very wrong.
But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
Where's that? Why you got a nervous sweat, Byakuya?
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
Of course I do.
I believe I do.
Hey Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys' and girls' locker rooms. Now, is it the disappearing stain, or is it the boys' locker room carpet? The carpet in the boys' locker room was found with a blackish stain on it. Sakura mentioned that she was responsible for a coffee stain on the girls' locker room floor. However, the stain had since been inexplicably scrubbed away. It's either one of the two. I'm just trying to think. It could be the locker room poster too. Blood was found in the poster in the girls' locker room. The poster featured a big-breasted supermodel popular among young boys. Should I do that one?
I got it!
Yeah, that was it!
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is... the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about. Right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet, but I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. Do I pick it this one?
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? In other words, In order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Because Genocide Jack, or Jill, is a female.
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
I'm seeing where this is going now. She went to the boys' locker room to avoid the girls, and she must have used Leon's card to do so. And that's probably why she was hiding the jacket. Oh shit! Did I just figure this out?
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Yes, Yasuhiro!
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Let's go, Yasuhiro! You're on my side, man!
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Alright.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, what's wrong? No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
I doubt it.
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
What? Hang on a minute. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Thanks, Kyoko.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait, we're having a... Wait, what do we call this again? It's been a while since I played Phoenix, right? I forgot what this is called.
Wait! Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an
Recess, that's
official
it.
class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
That's so weird. I didn't think we'd actually be stopping the trial here. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was the locker room.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
Can you please shut the fuck up, Ifumi?
No, wait, no, wait, no, wait, no, wait, no, wait!
Oh, he doesn't want to. Okay, good.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Not even religious grounds, just moral grounds, really.
Very well. I'll do it.
Alright,
But you're
Sakura.
a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No one should have to touch a dead body, Hina, not just girls.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her.
Would she, though?
So just leave this to me.
Alright, whatever, we won't question it.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
What the fuck?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What?
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy!
What can I say, man? Look, alright. I'm not gonna say that I'm not into femboys. I was not seeing that coming. Holy shit. So that's why she doesn't talk to girls. I thought she... Wow, that's... Damn!
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact. What?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Ben, it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy? Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I was really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Fuck you.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
So this implies that Kyoko... This implies that Kyoko either took off her shirt or looked up... or took off his shirt or looked up his skirt, which is... I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Jesus Christ, dude. Wow.
Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
That was so unexpected. Man. How about that? The quote-unquote girl I've been spending so much time with is really a guy. You never know. You never know when it'll be a trap or a femboy or whatever you want to call them.
We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
That's why Chihiro didn't want to hang out didn't want to exercise with anybody, because she would have tried to enter and it'd be like, no, you can't enter. And then her identity would be revealed. And can you imagine how fucking awful that would feel? I don't blame him.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Well, if Monokuma knew, then yes, it would say male on the handbook then.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
I mean, to be fair, he did have a very feminine voice.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion.
Damn.
The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room, and the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
Jesus.
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, the motive is twofold now. The first motive is he was pinning it on Genocide Jack, who he knew was a female. He knew it was Toko. Secondly, because everybody else thinks Chihiro is a girl, he would naturally move her body to the girls' locker room.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd.
Byakuya's a fucking idiot.
I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
What the fuck's that supposed to mean?
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Yep, you're the murderer.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Don't tell me Byakuya isn't the killer after all this bullshit we've gone through.
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
Jesus Christ.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
What is this?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery.
Well, that might just be him being a fucking lunatic.
The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
That might just be exactly what he wants.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you.
Well, it could just be that he was like, oh shit, they're gonna find me out.
And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
I think we might be grasping at straws here.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Why?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
How did you even get in there?
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now.
Excuse
Uncovering
me?
the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
What the fuck, Byakuya?
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
Oh, now it's starting to look like Yasuhiro because he's deflecting on the Byakuya again, and he's on. That is him in that art. I'm pretty damn sure of it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility, because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have to have used their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Celeste's account. I forgot what that was.
Isn't there?
Can I, like, stop and review? Thanks. Okay. On the night of the murder, but right before nighttime, Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse. It seems she was stuffing some blue exercise clothes into a duffel bag. Presumably she was on her way to exercise, but the clothes were not found at the crime scene. Celeste had not told anyone other than Makoto about this encounter. Interesting.
Single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over.
I say now.
You want to know who saw the victim? The killer! And only the killer! And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man! Game over!
Yeah! No! Not game over!
Alright. So we can do this.
Isn't there a single clue that might... Well, clues are... Did nobody get a look?
I'm sure if someone saw the
killer...
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some... Yeah. All we need right now is any kind...
It's over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the...
No, it's wrong.
Alright.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry, but why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So he did go to exercise with somebody.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Why do you think?
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Exactly.
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much.
That's interesting.
Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, what a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
Exactly, there's no evidence to suggest who he could have been friends with. I mean, I was his friend, but hey, he never invited me to exercise.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Kyoko, can you just tell me?
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
So, Chihiro brought the clothes to that person?
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
That must be the jacket.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from.
Right.
Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Maybe the size of it?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some kind of clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe. I think the actual size of the jacket will probably reveal it.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
What?
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
Jesus Christ. What?
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Wait.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
How did who
He was
know
on his
what?
way to go. So next we have. Why did he choose this?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! It matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Why?
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right?
What?
First of all, we know which he was on his way. So next we. Why did he choose?
What do you mean, the
I got it! It matched the one.
So, what? The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit?
That's it?
No, that's wrong.
What? Yeah, why did Taka say that?
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
She didn't say the color! Oh my god!
She never said anything about the jacket's color.
I didn't even pick up on that!
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you just...
Are you... No fucking way. If it is Mondo, I'm gonna be so mad because he made a fucking promise to him.
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility!
Cherry instead of Chihiro.
Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
it was in the bag. She stuffed the jacket into a bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it, and just like that, she was gone.
When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro, you just ran into him briefly.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Jeez.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Maybe he made the promise so that he would see to it that he's not suspected? Man, this is crazy.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked?
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick.
Oh my fucking god! So when he said dude had a real complex, that was it?
And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
That's so fucked. Well, to be fair, Sayaka tried to frame me. That's also pretty fucked up. Wow, Mondo. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
Fuck.
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
Tucker, I don't care if he's your bro.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
Surely not.
My time has nearly come.
What the fuck are you doing?
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some
did
evidence?
say that.
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Just say it.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Whose is it? You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to... It's either Mondo's or Chihiro's. I think it might be Mondo's though. Or Mondo's? It belongs to Mondo, doesn't it? Never mind.
Shoot!
Okay, so it's Chihiro's then.
I got it!
Weird.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
Okay.
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
So it's just like Leon's.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
What?
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
They're not.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
Has to be.
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. By hitting its weak point.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip. But I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Very good point.
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
Sure.
Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is...
Something stupid, isn't it?
When it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
What temperatures?
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
What? Oh no!
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
Mondo!
It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin.
We didn't ask
If
Monokuma.
the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Okay, yep, I see it now. So Mondo had that square off with Taka, and his handbook must have broke while in the sauna. And once he found that out and killed Chihiro, he burned his handbook. Jesus Christ!
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
Exactly.
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
Mondo.
I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
It's not you, Taka. wore all their clothes into the sauna. Holy shit. That's crazy.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Oh, shit.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during a Sonic Showdown. If I can just prove that, then that will show that how the handbook Mondo has must actually be...
Let's test
He
Makoto's
has
assertion.
Chihiro's
What
handbook?
he says is correct. You broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's then that proves that what Makoto...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
Shit.
See? Makoto was wrong after Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if then that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
No?
Shoot!
Okay, hang on.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he said, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's then that proves that...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
No, that's wrong! Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually worked. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own.
Oh, shit.
After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's.
Wow.
Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student.
Yeah.
It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Jeez.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch!
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear. and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Right, here we go. Closing statement. Aw. Man. I don't want to read this, see this all over again. Wait, I think I missed one. Just trying to see where this one fits in. This is a little hard to solve. Maybe it's... fucking yeah.
Here's exactly what happened.
I think I've got it.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Hey!
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room.
He keeps saying she, but we now know that Chihiro's a he.
But how could the victim, who is apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
I see now.
Simple. Because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him.
And he trusted Rondo because they made a promise.
It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
Oh, shit. Fuck, that one's wrong. What? Oh no, what did I do wrong, man? God damn it, what is this one? I'm gonna need help with this. think that one goes there because of the blood splatter. So I guess that would make sense. So then once he realized that the poster, he put the poster off. Right? Oh no, he had to, yeah, because he had to take the, he took the, to the girls' locker room, right? I think so.
Here's exactly
Let's
what
try
happened.
this one.
And attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster, and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget.
The only thing I find really stupid about this method of getting rid of the tablet was that he could have made the inference that, okay, if steaming hot temperature from the sauna destroy the tablet, well, throwing the tablet into the... Well, maybe he didn't have access to the garbage disposal. Maybe that's
somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
Fuck.
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence? You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo is the killer. That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. Oh my god. Let's talk a little bit about Fever Time and Nega Time. Why is it called that? During a bullet time battle, if you press the R1 button, Fever Time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push X square, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called Nega Time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates Nega Time during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the bullets in rhythm. If you would activate Fever Time at this point, no, never mind, I'm sure nothing would happen, I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use Nega Time. Alright, here we go.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you!
Well, so much for that. Are you kidding me? I've lost? Oh, shit.
Is this really the end for all of us?
Yes, I'd like to give it another shot, please.
I refuse to give up yet!
Thank you. That sucked. This is because of that frickin' negative time. The nega.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False!
I'm really... I really don't understand. I'm doing the X thing that I was doing last time. Why is it not working?
I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you!
I don't understand this. What, like... Am I missing something? What the fuck is going on?
False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! You're corrupt!
I refuse to give up yet!
Let's talk a little bit about Fever Time. If you press R1, Fever Time will activate, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can press X square, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. It says X and square, so I don't understand why it's not working.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong!
Oh, it's triangle! I'm a fucking idiot.
I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen!
Thank goodness.
Show me some evidence!
This should prove it!
You think I'd be having a bullet time battle against the person who isn't the killer?
Thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we
don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
There you go, he confessed. Holy shit. He did it. Wow. I'm gonna get a really bad rank here. Oh no, I got an A. Nice. I got 79 medals. Nice.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that!
Wow.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting! No holding on! Time for the moment we've all been waiting for! Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Well, we've all seen this before. Except now it's gonna have Leon's face on it. Oh, sorry, not Leon. Frickin' Mondo.
What?
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Owada! In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way. No way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? 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 Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the circle button to fast forward the text. I'll listen to it. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about it, even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger. And weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack. The armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask him asked them to help him from there. And the person he went to?
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was! The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were, so Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret.
Uh-huh.
Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. God. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. Is that supposed to say Monokuma? Because Chihiro wouldn't have said, so he went and asked Mondo to help him become stronger. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand! I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad! That's impossible. That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad! Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible!
Don't make me repeat myself.
To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know?
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother! Holy shit. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the Crunchy tremble. But the only reason he had the choice to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Dude looks like frickin' a JoJo character from the back. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Sorry, that was just my timer. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and his #2, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. That's an odd expression. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why...
I just...
Gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me!
I don't care what it takes, I gotta come out on top! And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. Holy shit. But during that race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because the team, you and me put together, it's a promise between men. Jesus. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother, he could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm
strong. 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 Strong, 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 strong! And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness. It just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say. But after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down on my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Huh? Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. Shit, you're not wrong. That must have really hurt Mondo to hear that Chihiro, of all people, was the one who was willing to change while he wasn't. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what, you're just saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I feel like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted
to... I really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, I am strong. I'm strong? Fucking hell, man. Stronger than you!
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya! I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at it down on the ground. Hey!
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it! Fuck this game, man. Look at him! You see? You're all just like him! For a secret from the past, for a memory, for that he killed another living human in cold blood! He couldn't cut free of these regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead! Say that again, I dare you!
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now, well now, well
That's what
now,
I promised
well
you,
now.
right? The whacker that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
I'm not looking forward to this at all. What the fuck, Monokuma? That's fucked up, man. The Cage of Death. Oh, fuck that! Oh, no! What the fuck? What? Oh my god, what the fuck? Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder. And another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he... Of course he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game? Byakuya.
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead! Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except
However,
that I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought I would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene. But damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. But yeah, he turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for.
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on. There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next.
You
like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. What do you mean? 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 Mean?
What the heck?
Mean. Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me. The noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up, I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I've achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
For which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled
Ooh,
up.
so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring?
Go.
Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student.
Ooh.
Good.
My, you You really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Jesus Christ. There's only 10 students. To be continued. You received the crazy diamond present. Guys, I don't even know what to say. I just gotta level with you guys. Chihiro was genuinely one of my favorite characters. Even after finding out that Chihiro was a boy. You know what? I still found him cute. I'll just say it straight up. I don't give a fuck if he's a boy or a girl. Dude was cute. But yeah, look, that was a very, very interesting chapter. So obviously that, the stubble-chinned dude at the start was a red herring because it was Mondo that killed Chihiro, and Chihiro was a boy. Man, I'm going to take a break from recording these episodes for a while. I'm really bummed out by this chapter. It was if it gets more fucked up from here, man, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to finish it. I know I'll finish the game, obviously. I'm going to finish the game, no matter how fucked up it gets. But, damn. What the hell? This is... Ugh. Alright, well... this has been one long episode, because, I like to do the class trials all in one episode. So, yeah. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. I enjoyed it, but I'm still feeling pretty shitty about it. But yeah, thanks guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.